Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I'm a big fan of yours from Silicon Valley, and now...
Thank you. Thank you.
Now you've got the book, and you've got Crazy Rich Asians, which is coming out to much fanfare. People are really excited about this. Can you feel the buzz as well?
I've been feeling it for the last, 3 weeks. We've been on this press tour,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. They actually spending money on us, which is... Which is amazing. They sent out 3 teams. Each of us hit 3 different cities, and the reactions from each city is amazing. You got the really heavy Asian populated cities, say Boston, New York. We expected a good turnout from them. But then when we went to Dallas, and people still loved it, and I barely saw any Asian people in the audience. It was white people, black people. It's just such a universally fun movie to watch.
Right.
That I'm just so grateful to see everybody enjoying it.
It's really doing well. It has 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Everyone is enjoying the cultural significance of the film. It's funny because Ronnie Chang, who's on the show, is also in the movie. And when he came to me to tell me that they wanted him in the movie, he really undersold. He's like, hey man, so I might need to leave the show for a few months to go do this movie. I think it might be a little bit big for the Asian community. And he sold it like it was going to be a little indie movie in the middle of nowhere. And then I saw this come out, I was like, Ronnie, this is major, this is huge. And it really is, because for 25 years, we have not seen a Hollywood movie with a full Asian cast. That's a pretty big deal.
Since Joy Luck Club. And I think going in, Ronnie probably wasn't underselling, because we didn't know, we intellectualized it, we understood it's important. It's, statistically, 25 years, first studio movie. But we didn't feel how special it was until we got to Singapore. When you got the most beautiful, talented, funniest Asian people from all over the world.
Yeah.
You got Asian Americans, Asian British, Asian Australians, from everywhere. Ronnie, Asian Malaysian, right? Which sounds amazing, by the way. Asian Malaysian.
Asian Malaysian.
Asian Malaysian.
I'm gonna start calling them in the office and I'm gonna get a lawsuit. The movie is also great. That's what I enjoy. Is oftentimes when people talk about diversity, people always make it seem like it's charity, but it's a great story. And you play a character who seems like the most fun ever. Is it true that you also try to go for the lead, the really good-looking, handsome lead?
Thanks for putting it that way. Yes. When I first got the script, not every day you get a script that's Crazy Rich Asians with a full Asian cast. So I talked to my manager. I picked up the phone right away. I'm like, guys, I know I'm usually the funny guy, like the character actor, but this is an important movie. Let me try out for the leading role, okay? And then my manager was like, look, Jimmy, I don't know how to tell you this properly, but they're looking for a good-looking guy for this role. And, here I am. Here I am. So
yeah, but you crush it in the movie because you play a Versace-wearing mad party animal.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome to play that guy because you get to go as big as possible to just fill the screen with any energy you have kind of pent up inside.
Yeah.
Because I think normally, as functional members of society, you can't just act crazy. But with a character like that, with billions of dollars, and he doesn't care about anything, he lives his life as if it's lawless. So it's just so fun and freeing to play somebody like that.
You also have a cast that is all Asian, but at the same time, really diverse. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it covers every single aspect of Asian culture, but it is interesting that you said so many people come from so many different walks of life. When you were on set, did you feel that? Because I remember when Black Panther was happening, people were talking about how the set felt different. It was a new experience. Was it similar on Crazy Rich Asians?
There was some kind of magic when we're all just hanging out, eating dinner. I didn't have to explain, oh, let's go to a Chinese restaurant. It's authentic, but not that exotic. You can handle it. We were all just so much on the same page. We all just loved the same kind of food. We all sang karaoke every night. It was great. You haven't lived until you've seen Ronnie Chang sing Backstreet Boys. It's amazing.
Man, you are just giving me ammunition on Ronnie Chang. Non-stop. Let's talk a little bit about the book as well, because I love how your book talks about your journey in America. How to American, an immigrant's guide to disappointing your parents. It really is a universal story that is all about yourself, becoming an American citizen, and the journey that you went on. Why do you think it's really been as difficult as it has been for you to understand the difference or the difficulty in duality? Being an American, but then also being Asian and staying true to your roots.
I moved here when I was 13 from Hong Kong. 13 is probably a tough age for anyone finding themselves, but I was in a new country with a new language. I couldn't really speak English very well. And also, one of the hardest things, aside from just making friends in school, was dealing with the pressure from your parents, the expectations of growing up Asian.
Right.
And they value obedience. They value finding a real job, right? Which
like
I'm obviously not doing right now. But in American culture, it's the complete opposite. We value independence. And we value pursuing your dreams, whereas my dad, ever since I was little, has told me that pursuing your dreams how you become homeless. So which one do I pick, and how do I go about doing this? When I started doing stand-up, like my dad thought I was crazy. He doesn't even know what stand-up was.
Right.
Like, we never watched stand-up in Hong Kong, you know. My first stand-up that I watched was BET Comic View when I came here.
Right.
And that was like a cultural experience.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
It wasn't just jokes, it was like about culture. Like when they were talking about white people do this, black people do that, I didn't know any of those stereotypes.
Right.
But that was like broad strokes of America that I learned from TV and watching these comedians, which is in a way culture tellers, right?
Yes.
That's why I became really interested in doing stand-up, and my dad still, till today, calls it a talk show. Which I guess I'm doing now, so it's fine. I'm actually doing a talk show.
You have a great book with a great story. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you, my man.
How to American is available now. Crazy Rich Asians is in theaters nationwide. Jimmy O. Yang, everybody.